Over the last 2 years, there has been a crazy uplift in AI tools that can help designers like you and I do better and more productive work. So let's dive into 6 AI tools that you can introduce into your workflow today, right now. Now, the first one is InteriorAIcom. So let's say you are unhappy with your workspace, but you don't have any ideas about how you can make it better, and you don't have a budget to hire an interior designer to design it all. So this product is perfect for you. Now, as you can see on the right-hand side, people have actually gone ahead and uploaded a photo of their space, and you can see on the right-hand side, it actually generates them something entirely new, purely with AI. No human was involved. So here you can see, once again, upload a photo and it can generate you something new. Now you can obviously see that this person who's uploading this photo on a very particular angle is trying to test this product to see whether or not it can understand perspectives. So let's go ahead and actually go and upload a photo of mine. So I'm gonna click on upload, and this is a photo of my office when I had just moved in and I had painted the actual wall charcoal and some of the skirtboarding black. So let's upload this photo and see what it can do. Now on the left hand side, you can see you can change the different styles that you're looking for and the different layouts that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and change this to an office, and the style, let's do modern and see what it can generate. All right, so here you can see our very first design. Now, if I take a closer look, is that an actual person sitting on that seat? Looks like it. Well, I would say this one's, yeah, it's okay. Let's see what else I can do. All right, so here's the second one. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's even got a very similar chair to me. All right, so let's maybe go ahead and change the office. Let's do another layout and see what it can generate. Let's try and do a living room. Let's see what else it can put together. Oh, wow. This is impressive. Okay, here we can see that it's actually gone ahead and added floorboards. If you look very closely in the design, they've actually changed all the concrete flooring to floorboards, and they've added a very nice rug. So this is looking pretty snazzy, and this actually looks better than my actual office. I am offended.
I'm upset, so offended that I had to double check.
All right, so let's go ahead and try office once again. Maybe we can do home office. Maybe home offices will generate a little bit of a better result. All right, so here we go. This is looking much more slick. Now, obviously, there are still improvements for this product, but as you can see, hiring an interior designer can cost a lot, and you might not just be ready for that. So if you just want to get some ideas for your workspace, this might be a really good start. And this just goes to show that AI has a lot of opportunity, and this is just the beginning. So let's do one more render and see what it can create for us. Oh wow, so this one is entirely different. So they've actually made the entire room smaller, but they've changed the entire layout. But once again, obviously this AI is not perfect just yet, but the more images it can generate, the better it's going to be, with all the photos being uploaded into the actual model itself. So on to the next tool, we have Dali 2. Now, if you haven't heard about Dali 2, I don't know where you've been, because this product has been going viral. Now, Dali 2 is an app that has been launched by OpenAI. Now, OpenAI was founded in 2016 by Elon Musk and Sam Altman, who was the former CEO of Y Combinator, which is one of the world's most prestigious startup incubators and VC firms. OpenAI has been building their own AI model for a number of years, and Dali 2 is one of the apps that utilizes this AI to take in text prompts to generate any image you want, without an artist, without a designer involved. So let's go ahead and put in an example. I have an example over here, which is a futuristic cityscape with flying cars and towering skyscrapers with a rocket in the top right corner, okay? Something quite specific at the end. let's see what it can actually generate and see what type of art works and whether or not it's going to be meaningful. As you can see right here, we have a few different versions. And once again, no artist, no designer was involved. This is purely AI generating these images on demand. So here you can see that it is literally a futuristic cityscape with flying cars, and some of them have a rocket in the top right corner. So this one has a rocket in the top right corner. This one doesn't, but it does have the flying cars. So maybe when you're asking for too many things, it can't seem to generate those artworks. But if you ask just enough, it can generally give you a very accurate representation. So let's try another one, but with a different style and approach. So we'll do the same thing, a futuristic cityscape with flying cars and towering skyscrapers in Jackson Pollock's style. So if you don't know Jackson Pollock's style in painting, well, after this, I'm sure you will recognize it. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty crazy at how we can actually appropriate or reappropriate Jackson Pollock's painting style and literally paint an entirely new painting from scratch. This is the potential of AI. Now, where do I see this going? I can see something like Dali being utilized in the future to really help us generate maybe stock photography on demand. So without having to go and find the perfect photo, which is practically impossible, we can actually utilize Dali to generate us images on demand with very specific requirements. So that's where I see this actually heading into the future. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, it might be able to generate web design, UI design, and so much more. Now onto the third AI tool, ChatGPT. Now, once again, this is backed by OpenAI as well. This was launched in November 2022, and it is still in invite-only access. So what this does is it will take in any text prompt and literally give you an answer, and it feels like it's been written by a real human being. So let's go ahead and give this a shot and see what it can do. So we're gonna go ahead and ask it a question. And we're gonna ask it, can you provide 5 prompts that I can use on Dali that will generate images that will blow my YouTube audience's mind? So let's see what it can create. A futuristic cityscape with flying cars and towering skyscrapers, an alien landscape with bizarre plant and animal life, a dreamy, surreal landscape with floating islands and a rainbow sky. So let's go ahead and choose this last one, a post-apocalyptic wasteland with abandoned buildings and mutated creatures. So let's see what it can create. This is absolutely impressive. These artworks are better than anything that I could honestly do. The one on the left specifically, this one is insane. So as you can see, with ChatGPT, you can really utilize this tool to get any somewhat question answered. Now, obviously, I wouldn't rely on it 100%, but it's a great starting point. And the big debate is that people are questioning whether or not ChatGPT will allow people to bypass Google searches. Because with the Google search, you still need to filter through all these different results, all these different pages to get a defined answer, since they would have scraped Google and all their results and all these websites to formulate these responses. You are really getting the best summary of answers for your question. So let's go ahead and ask another question to see what it can do. How to become a UX designer in 3 months. I'll give you my honest opinion on whether or not this response is going to be good or not.
A few moments later.
All right, so here's the answer. Becoming a UX designer in 3 months is a challenging goal, as it typically takes longer to acquire necessary skills and experience. However, if you are dedicated and willing to put in the work, here are some steps you can take to get started. So first, it's a pretty good response in terms of the context of the introduction. It's giving you context that, hey, it might or might not be the best route because it is a challenging goal. So you might fail or you might succeed. So it's reasoning with you, as it typically takes longer to acquire the necessary skills. So it's actually understanding that. Now, I would argue that the AI doesn't technically understand what it takes to become a UX designer, because there will be emotional factors, technical factors, many different factors. But this is what it's doing. I believe it's actually scraped so many different articles around UX design and becoming a UX designer, and it's formulating and it's prioritizing what is most commonly said about what it takes to become a UX designer. And I think in most cases, they say that it ends up taking longer than 3 months. So it's formulating this response based on all the articles that it's scraped, and it's prioritizing what's most frequent or what's said most commonly. Anyways, let's move ahead. You can see that it's also giving you some actionable steps to take. Start by learning the basics of UX design, practice and gain experience by working on your own design projects, connect with other UX designers and join online communities, consider taking on an online course or attending a workshop, keep learning and staying up to date with the latest UX design trends. Overall, becoming a UX designer in 3 months is possible, but it will require a significant investment and time and effort. So I genuinely think that this response is a meaningful response. However, what I think it's missing is authenticity. When you know that AI has generated this response purely based on scraping hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of articles around the same topic, it's really just finding that baseline or the average, right, of what the most meaningful response might be in this scenario. So to me, I think it's a great start. Once again, I wouldn't rely on this 100%, but it does help you filter through a lot of results on Google, and you get an answer that helps you get started within literally a few seconds. Now, let's go and ask it one more question. I am really curious about this one. So, can Sketch replace Figma in the next 5 to 10 years' time as the go-to UI design tool? So let's see what it says. It says, it is difficult to predict whether Sketch will replace Figma as the go-to UI design tool in the next 5 to 10 years. Both Sketch and Figma are popular among UI designers, and both have their own unique features and capabilities. In the end, the decision on which tool to use will likely depend on the individual preferences and needs for each designer. Yeah, that's pretty good. Sketch has been around for longer than Figma and has a larger user base, which could give it an advantage in the long term. However, Figma has gained more popularity in recent years, and its cloud-based collaborative features make it a stronger contender in the market. In the next 5 to 10 years, it is possible that new UI design tools will emerge. It is possible, that new UI design tools will emerge and compete with both Sketch and Figma, making it even harder to predict which tool will become the dominant one. Ultimately, the UI design tool that offers the best combination of features, usability, and value will likely be the one that emerges as the go-to choice for designers. That's a pretty good response. I guess it doesn't take any sides. It's not being biased. It's purely working on the facts. So I guess AI can't answer every question out there. Now, as you can see, ChatGPT is a great tool. It shows a lot of potential. Once again, I don't think it's something that you can rely on it 100%, but it definitely can be as reliable as a Google search, as you will still have to do further research and do further discovery on the matter that you want to learn more about. Now, onto the fourth AI tool. It is called Jasper.ai. So this is one of the biggest, most well-funded startup in the AI space to generate content for you. So let's say you're a designer and you struggle with copywriting or even writing blog posts or generating new ideas. Anything that AI can really do for you, where it's generating ideas and helping you be a little bit more productive, this is the perfect paid AI tool for that. So once you create an account, you can go to templates, and as you can see in the top, there are different types of content that Jasper can generate for you. So you can, if you're talking about ads, blog posts, e-commerce, product descriptions, emails, frameworks, and the list goes on. So let's go ahead and do an example so you understand what Jasper can actually do. So let's do a blog post intro paragraph. So let's imagine that I am writing a blog post about how to become a UX designer in 3 months. The audience is junior designers and the tone of voice is casual and friendly. If I go ahead and hit generate, on the right-hand side, you will see that it generates you 3 practically instant examples of how you can start your blog post. So as you can see, as a junior designer looking to make the leap into UX design, the right motivation and dedication becoming a UX designer can be achieved in as little as 3 months. And then it starts to go on. Here's another example. Starting a career as a UX designer is an exciting journey that can enable you to turn your creative ideas into real and tangible user experience. And it flows on. So as you can see, a lot of this mundane work where you need to generate lots of different ideas can be somewhat automated with tools like Jasper.ai nowadays. Now, once again, not to say that this tool can replace content writers, I still feel like that you need to have some level of human interaction to bring through a little bit more authenticity of a real story or experience or whatever it may be into the narrative of your content or even in your video. Or it will just feel quite generic. And over time, I feel like people can pick out what is written with AI and what is written by a human being. Because I believe that humans generally base everything that we talk about, we write about, and we film on our own experiences and stories and experiences that we go through. So when we can bring that through into whatever we are creating, it makes it feel more genuine and more authentic. And that's what I feel like AI does miss out on. So with that said, let's move on to the 5th tool, which is Chroma. So Chroma utilizes AI and automation to help designers generate an endless amount of different color palettes. So let's take a look at it. So let's get started. The first thing you need to do is go ahead and pick 50 of your favorite colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick 50 random colors, and then I'll walk you through what this can actually do. All right, so here we go. You can see that Chroma has now utilized our favorite colors. So let me just get through this onboarding. All right, so I've gone ahead and selected 50 colors, and that was a little bit more challenging than expected. So let's go ahead and hit start training and see what this actually generates for us. As you can see, once you've gone ahead and provided your 50 favorite colors to Chroma, it will utilize all the colors on the spectrum. And I believe it's using some sort of model or some sort of logic or automation to combine colors that work well with one another without having to manually go through them one at a time. So as you can see, these all look pretty nice. Like even when they are contrasting or they're harmonious, they all look really, really good. So we can go ahead and swap these colors and flip them around to see what they look like. And I'm actually pretty impressed. These are actually really, really good. Anyways, as you can see, as you scroll down, this is just an endless amount of different color palettes that you can generate for your own designs. So if I go all the way to the top, you can see that we have our type posters. You can also change this to poster, so you can just get the colors. You can generate gradients as well. This is a pretty good tool. It's obviously in beta based on the logo, and I think it's a really neat tool for you to generate more color palettes and more interesting and more unique color palettes for your design. Now onto the last AI tool that I've been using for years keyword was Removepg. So Removepg was a great tool that I used to pay for, where you can upload any photo and they had a really good AI engine that could actually crop out the entire subject from the photo, knowing exactly what it is, and gives you a transparent PNG version of it. Now, I used to pay for this until recently I realized Photoshop actually, if you have a photo, no matter how complicated it is, if you go to select and you go to subject with one simple click. And if you're already paying for Photoshop, this will already grab the whatever subject it may be from the photo. You can copy that and then paste it down once again, and you have duplicated yourself or whatever subject it may be within a few seconds. So my sixth AI tool for you is actually not Remove.bg, but the good old Photoshop that can help you extract any subject from any photo within a click. So hopefully you found some useful AI tools that you can actually start trying and implementing into your workflow to help you do better work and ultimately be a little bit more productive so you can get a little bit more stuff done. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to gently smash that like button, subscribe for the die-hard fans, and I will see you in another video very soon.